By the dawn of the 10th century, the Frankish Empire was a fractured shadow of its former Carolingian glory, plagued by internal dynastic strife and the relentless terror of Northmen who navigated their shallow-draft longships deep into the heart of the Seine. Leading one of the most formidable of these Viking warbands was Rollo, a chieftain of immense stature and pragmatism whose ambitions had shifted from mere seasonal raiding to permanent settlement. The Frankish king, Charles the Simple, ruled a realm exhausted by decades of tribute payments known as Danegeld, which had failed to buy lasting peace. Following a failed Viking siege of Chartres in 911, both leaders recognized a moment of strategic exhaustion. Charles, realizing he could not expel the Norsemen by force, proposed a revolutionary diplomatic solution. Instead of fighting the Vikings, he would enlist them. At the village of Saint-Clair-sur-Epte, the two men entered into a landmark treaty that would alter the map of Europe. Charles granted Rollo the lands between the river Epte and the sea, centered around the city of Rouen, on the condition that Rollo convert to Christianity and serve as a bulwark against further Viking incursions. Legend notes a moment of cultural friction during the ceremony when Rollo, refusing to kneel and kiss the king's foot, instructed a subordinate to do it. The warrior reportedly lifted the king's foot so high that the monarch fell backward, signaling the shift in power. Despite this awkward start, the Treaty of Saint-Clair-sur-Epte was remarkably successful. Rollo was baptized as Robert and began the arduous task of transforming a pirate enclave into a legitimate duchy. This territory, known as the Northmen's Land or Normandy, became a unique cultural crucible where Scandinavian military vigor fused with Frankish feudal law and the Latin Church. Rollo's descendants would go on to build one of the most organized and powerful states in Christendom, eventually launching the conquest of England and establishing kingdoms as far as Sicily, proving that the king's desperate gamble had created a dynasty that would dominate the medieval world.